Hi everyone, it's Annalisa. I hope everyone is doing well. So in this video, I want to talk about balancing the energy and why that is so important when your divine masculine makes contact with you. Because as we know, separation occurs for the majority of twin flames, and the divine masculine runs while the divine feminine is still chasing. So once the divine feminine stops chasing and is able to detox, then your divine masculine will reach out to you again. And at this point, it's so important to be able to really balance that energy. And what that means is that you've been able to at least neutralize your core wounds and bring down your core wounds. But now it's time to really balance the shared energy, because remember, there are two bodies, two minds, and one soul. You share the same energetic field. So the divine feminine leads this connection and needs to really be able to balance that energy. And that is not always easy. And this takes quite a while to do. And of course, it's going to be different for every divine feminine. But balancing that energy means, because they are coming back in, does not necessarily mean that is going to be union. Although the divine feminine wishes that's what it was most of the times, you really have to take them in very, very, very slowly. And because what's important here is that if your energy goes back up into, I want to see them, I'm desiring them, now's my chance to talk to them and work things out, that is not the way this connection works. This connection is energetic, and because your twin flame is actually you, when your energy rises back up again, they will just pull away again. So it's so important to really balance them back in very, very, very slowly. And this can take quite a while to do. So you have to really be mindful of your energy when you're beginning to interact with them again. So if you're feeling that your energy is rising again, then it's really important that you don't jump right back in, that you find time to bring your energy back down before you interact with them, because this is a journey of the soul. So your soul orchestrates this whole journey, and when you are in soul, you can interact with you, which is your divine masculine. When you are in mind, you cannot meet your divine masculine in any space. They can only meet you when you are in soul energy. And soul energy is a very different energy than being in mind energy. And I know that can be kind of complex a little bit, especially if you're new on the journey and you're still in that addictive energy where you're missing your divine masculine, you want to be with your divine masculine, and so forth. And it's all very normal, all normal, especially in the beginning. Until you grow further in the journey, then you realize that this journey is not really about your other person, right? Because your other person is you. And I know that the mind wants to really dissect that and try to understand how can they be you, but they are you in energy. And in the upper realms, you're already together. You're already one. So that's why it can be difficult to differentiate what is the difference of being in mind and being in soul. Being in mind allows you to ask questions, allows you to feel thoughts and emotions, where the soul just is. The soul doesn't have a preference. The soul is always at peace and is the observer and is always neutral. And that is where you want to be. And you are already a soul. So it's really reconnecting to your soul, because you are a soul already. You already have what it takes to be in soul. It's just that through living your whole life and all the programming and society that you learn not to be in soul and you learn to be in mind. That's why babies love everyone, because that's all they know is love, is being in consciousness and being in soul. It's only as they grow up that they learn fear and they learn behaviors and they learn what's right and wrong and duality. And that's why we're here. We live on this earth to experience duality, light and dark, good and bad, yes and no. And that is all of our lessons to learn. So we have no choice there, right? Because that is why we're here on this earth. And that was part of the soul contract, is that you would awaken at this time, that your divine masculine would come in and awaken you, and you can reconnect being in soul. But you are soul. You are not the body. You are not the mind. This is just a vessel that your soul experiences through, but you are soul in the core. You are soul. Everyone is soul in the core. So what's important is that you balance the energy back in, which is you're balancing your own energy back in, which happens to be your divine masculine. But when you see them as a separate person, then you're out of unity consciousness and back into separation consciousness. So what I want to say is that when they start interacting with you again, you want to be really mindful of your energy, that you're not spiking your energy back up, because that'll just pull your divine masculine away. Although they may come back in and you might spend a few days with them or a week or so, they're only going to pull back away unless you are back into soul, in that energy of soul, which is your core. And this is a really big part of the whole twin flame journey, and understanding that all of this is a process and you can't rush being in soul. It's not a state that you have to reach, because you already are soul. So it's really about having the awareness and expanding your consciousness, which is already within you. So a big part of this journey is that you have everything that you need to be in soul. And I'm just a guide to guide you along and help you along, to give you those tools to help you remember how to get back into soul. But you have all those answers. You are your own guru, and we are all souls. There's no person that is better than others. Yes, others may have gone through other experiences and have more education and so forth, but none of that really matters, because you are a soul, and a soul is infinite, and you have everything that you need. So I want to invite you to know that you have the power within you to be in soul. And it takes a little bit of mindfulness and a little bit of practice, which I certainly can help you with. And I do have one-on-one coaching sessions where I can help you with that. I also have a course which goes through everything as well, and you can watch it over and over again to help you as well. So everything that you need, you have within you. And balancing that energy when they come back in is really key, that you don't rush back into what you think is a relationship, because it is you. It is your soul coming back in. And when you realize that you don't need anything or anyone, then you're really stepping into soul, because nothing on the outside is going to make you happy. Everything that you need comes from within, and your connection with your creator, with the divine, whichever terminology resonates with you. So yeah, it is a very beautiful journey. And I know, and I say this a lot in my videos, I know it may not seem like it, because it can be painful. The mind goes through pain, but you are not the mind. You are soul. So it's really about transcending the mind and stepping into your truest version, which is soul. So if you need more help, I am certainly here to support all of you. I don't like when anybody has a lot of pain, or I sense a lot of energy in the comments that people are going through a lot of pain. And I know what it's like to go through that pain, and it's nice not to be in that pain and to experience soul and realize that this journey is happening for you to help you expand into love, into unity consciousness, into oneness with everything around you. And it is so beautiful because everything changes. Your whole perception of life really does change, and it's a beautiful experience. So if you need more help, I do have a website, inthehiddenkingdom.com. So feel free to go in there and see what resonates as well. I'm also will be having a detox type of workshop, so you can check that out as well in my website. Sending you all so much love.